fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got bean the plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments hating, we block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic.
Ladies, and gentlemen, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Rico back at it again. How we doing today? 49ers. They're upon us. Coming to Buffalo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. Folks, I welcome you because this is a special week. And I want to make sure that my mic is up because my man Zeba was having a whole conversation with himself. I mean, talking in his, I guess, his microphone from his laptop. My man was just in the zone, just wasn't paying attention, wasn't looking until we had to get on his ass. What? I had to actually get on my phone and be like, yo, yeah, mic, bruh. So if my mic is on, let me know. Just give me the thumbs up. If we good to go, we rocking. Let's go, man. So here we go, folks. Smash that like while you guys are in here. If you guys are here for the first time, do me a favor, smash that like. This is a big week. And I'll tell you why it's a big week. Because we're coming off of a bye week. And I always get nervous coming off of a bye week. Rico shook. Nothing to do with me being shook. I love coming off the bye week because we get healthy. But I hate coming off the bye week because we're not in the groove. We're not in, we had a week plus off. So we could come out flat. We could come out, just lackadaisical. Like we're not all the way fully in. And right now we're going to be facing a team in the 49ers that are going to be, I don't want to say pissed off, but their backs are against the wall. And they need this win. They can't go back-to-back losses. They can't afford it. That NFC West is a tough one. The Seahawks winning their game was a big one for those boys. The Cardinals losing kept them in the game. So, it makes me worry just a little bit when we come off of buys, right? But the one thing that I do want to share with y'all that makes me feel just a little bit better. Just a tiny bit better. I mean, it's a big time better. Is the fact of the matter is this. The Bills are 7-0. The Bills are absolutely 7-0 when coming off a bye. When we're coming off a bye, we don't play games. We're undefeated. Now, we're not just going up against anybody. We're not just going up against a Carolina Panthers type team. We're going up against a team that is going to be hungry for a win, that is vying for a playoff spot. And I'm sure if you talk to Niners fans, they're not where they expected they need to be. I have a good friend of mine that's a Niners fan, and he, very rare that I'd see something like this, but he called it from the very beginning. He's like, yo, we're going to go through that Super Bowl, that lull that Super Bowl teams go through, where they go to the Super Bowl the year prior, and then they fall off a cliff. And that's what he's feeling right now. He feels that that's going to happen. And I mean, let's pay attention to the standings. You see it. I don't got to tell you anything. The standings are right in front of you. So these 49ers, they're hungry. They're sitting at a record right now of 5-6. That's a cluster F. Some folks might call it. You got San Fran 5-6. You got the Rams at 5-6, which we do play in the next 3-4 games. You got the Arizona Cardinals that could have took a nice leap to take the lead of that division, That's 6-5, tied with Seattle. That division is something else. The differential right now for the San Francisco 49ers is 0. Cardinals +8, Seattle +2. We've already taken down Seattle. We've already taken down the Cardinals. 49ers are next. But they, last week, most folks might say that was, you could have chalked that up to a loss, no problem. You didn't have your starting quarterback in Purdy. It was a gong show from there. Wasn't going to happen. But the fact of the matter is this: the Bills are 7-0 coming off a bye. What does that tell me? That tells me McDermott has these boys locked all the way in coming off a bye. Locked all the way in. Throw that key away. We locked in. We ain't going nowhere. So those are the things that stand out to me that says, okay, we got some here. We might have some here. So I'm looking at what these 49ers, before I get into my spiel, what these 49ers have been doing. Because, I mean, we're going to talk a lot about these 49ers this week. Come Friday, my man Z-Bot and I will be hitting it up again. But these 49ers have been a very interesting team, a Jekyll and Hyde team, if you will, right? They take down the 49ers, which we somewhat expected, right? You're coming off a Super Bowl. You better. Vikings, they lose to the Vikings. Then they lose right back to the Rams to go back-to-back L's. Then they beat the Patriots, which is, I mean, not hard to do. You see it this year. They lose a close one to the Cardinals. They get whooped. They beat down the Seahawks 36-24. Then they lose to the Chiefs, which we beat. Then they beat the Cowboys, the lowly Cowboys, 30-24. And they took down the Cardinals, the Buccaneers not too long ago. They lost to the Seahawks, and then they lost to the Packers. They absolutely got beat down by the Packers. So they're not trying to lose 3 in a row. But it's going to have to happen. I'm sorry. It's going to have to happen. So what I did after the slate of games that just took place, I went looking. I don't do this often. I really don't, because I'm so locked into my own team. But when you have a bye, you can do these things, right? So here I am on YouTube, kind of looking at every 49ers channel, every YouTube channel, every content creator that do things for these 49ers. And the sentiments were, they chalked it up to knowing they were going to lose that game. They knew. They chalked it up. Yo, we knew we were going to lose this game, but this upcoming game against the Bills is a big one. But not once did I hear, oh man, we're playing the Bills, so man, you know what I mean? What I did hear was, we could beat the Bills. We can absolutely beat the Bills. Who do they have at receiver? And it's so interesting to hear other content creators chat. And I'm looking in the chat, and I'm looking in content creators. Content creators are usually more respectful, right? Yo, that's a good squad, but we can beat that team. In the chat, bro, who do they have? Other than Josh Allen, who do they have? Right? Who do they have a receiver? Yo, we could absolutely take this team. Bro. All right. I was like, all right, let me go check another channel. And I'm channel hopping, and I'm looking around, and the consensus is, bro, and it's true, any team could be beat. But that's a tough task, to beat a 9-2 Bills team coming off a bye, off a hot win off the Kansas City Chiefs. That's hard to do. Now, the flip side, what we were getting was, if Shanahan doesn't have his star players, which is an absolute wild comment to make. If he doesn't have his star players, he ain't ish. Yeah. If McDermott did not have Josh Allen, you think McDermott would have 9 wins right now? Heck no, he would not. Let's be real. Let's give it a buck here. No, he would not. So it's one of those situations where, like my girl Kim just said, any given Sunday is absolutely right. Any given Sunday. Like you saw the Panthers. The Panthers went neck and neck, toe-to-toe, blow for blow with the Kansas City Chiefs. It took Pat Mahomes' heroics to will his team and scamper for a 20-plus yard run to get these guys in field goal contention, field goal range, and put the game away. Bryce Young, the young Bryce Young, was doing his thing. So any given Sunday, It could have been the fate that Panthers take down the Chiefs. It would have been the biggest upset of the year. But I say this to get into my point here. 7-0 off the buys. I'm very confident in that. I'm very confident in the fact that McDermott has these boys prepared. But I also worry that we're rusty and we come off. I mean, you saw how we got off the plane going to London to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. I thought we were clearly the better team, but we came in flat and we let these boys hang around. Now, is Brock Purdy going to play is the question. Because if Brock Purdy doesn't play, I assume he will. Because right now, as of right now, Trent Williams, questionable. Javarius Ward, one of their better corners, questionable. Nick Bosa, he was out last week. He's also questionable. I don't see Brock Purdy on that list. So that tells me he will be playing. He will be playing. Laura, I know 49ers are bummed up. They got some injuries. They were missing my man Bosa last week. He's questionable to come back this week. Brock Purdy should give them an opportunity to play this week. I thought maybe, I don't know what they were thinking. Against Green Bay, that's a team that wanted your ass hard. Pause. But you catch what I'm saying. That was a team that wanted to play you guys and prove that they can whoop you guys. They proved that they can beat you guys down. They wanted that, and they did. And they left no crumbs. They left no crumbs, man. They swept that thing. They say, "Oh, we're leaving no evidence. We want to bludgeon you and leave no evidence." Swept the crumbs away. So 49ers right now, they're in a bit of a mess right now. So hopefully, for their sake, they get some guys back to make this a competition. And at the end of the day, wins are wins. I don't care how we get it. I don't care who it's against. I just need this team to jump to 10-2. And that being said, we jumped to 10-2, and our counterparts in the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins, take an L to a very solid Jordan Love team-led team. Bro, we lock up the division. I mean, we trying to figure out what kind of teas we gonna make for the division right now. I mean, that's how we gonna wrap that thing up at the beginning of December. I like it. How far we've come. Because you look back last December, we were fighting for our lives. Were we not? We were fighting for our lives, man. Week 11, week 12, week 13-ish. Bro, we were fighting for our lives. We wanted to, every win started to really matter and weigh heavily on us. And now we're sitting pretty at 9-2. Now, there's a whole lot of football left. One game at a time is what they normally say, right? So right now, if you look at the predictions, golly, they got the Bills at -7. They got the Bills at -7 right now. I mean, if you're a betting person, something to consider. Something to consider. Now, hey, listen, AFC East chance by Christmas? Shoot. Listen, I'm gonna just tell you right now. Save your pennies. Save your pennies right now, because BF is working on something. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be lit. We're not gonna put some junk out there. Save your pennies, because once we roll that, once we lock in, we take that division Thursday night. What is it? Miami plays Thursday night? Bro, that stuff is going to be in production. And we just got to take care of business on Sunday night. Save your pennies. That's all I'm going to say. Save your pennies. So, folks, big game coming up against the 49ers. We know that. And we've got to bring it all. Now, the real question becomes this. Are we 100%? Are we going to be rolling out? Are we going to be rolling out our healthiest team we've had in a long time? Hold on a second. I got to stop this because I see it. I can't ignore it. Laura, my lady, my love. Rico makes 40 look good, boy. Where's Nick to call him Unc? Listen, man, I was about to lie to you guys and say I've accepted calling Unc. Listen, man, no, I ain't doing it. Listen, man. I ain't doing it. Not yet. Give me a few more years and I'm accept. I ain't accepting it yet, man. I can still get. You know what I mean? I got to tell you. I got to talk to you. You already know what time it is. Anyway, let me get back to it, man. These Bills. It's gonna be the first time that we get to see how this team looks all the way healthy. Golly. All the way healthy? Let's go to the offensive side first. And I've been giving this guy a shout out the last couple weeks now, and he's deserved it. And Ryan Vandermark did a great job filling in for Spencer Brown. We gained back Spencer Brown. We gained back size. We gained back strength. We gained back experience, right? And we gained back athleticism with Spencer Brown. So that's a big and that's another thing. That's trust. Allen doesn't have to second guess, and not that he was with Ryan Vandermark because he think he did a great job. We kept him upright. No sacks the last time we played. So that being said, Spencer Brown returning, massive for the line. Continuity. We get the cohesive line back together. Josh can now play freely, more freely, because I know I can trust you. I know I can trust you. I know these boys in the middle, I got you. My second-year player in Osiris Torrance took on Chris Jones for crying loud. Oh, I know I can trust you, my G. We just got to keep it up. My backfield is healthy as ever. I got my newly acquired receiver playing with a cast on. Hopefully, these couple weeks, he gets to take his cast off. He gets heavily into this playbook. He's got way more of a chunk of this offense. Why not? Keon Coleman could return. Lord knows we could use some Keon Coleman on the squad. Bro, Keon, Amari, Khalil, Kincaid comes back. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. This could be a dangerous, dangerous team going forward. You're not going to want to play the Bills. As long as we show up and do what needs to be done. It's a dangerous team. And what a time to get dangerous. What a time to get hot. Now, let me take it a step further. And this is why I was standing on business so much when Zebot and I were talking, and he was giving a lot of credit, and credit is due, but he was giving a lot of credit to the Detroit Lions. And I'm hearing around the league how great Detroit is. And I'm not faulting them. Yeah, they're a solid team. But I'm not going to sit here and watch everybody, you know what I mean, on what they've been doing when we match up and we have just as much firepower, if not more, on this squad. And now that we potentially get some guys back, bro, watch out. I'm just saying, watch out. So that's the offensive side of the ball. Now Joe Brady can really get into his playbook and set plays up for guys to have success. Eat in the middle of the field. Boy, I got Kincaid and I got Shakir. I want that jump ball on the sideline. I got my boy Keon back. Oh, you want me to beat you all over the field with all my route running? Amari Cooper, inside or outside. Oh, you guys want to play deep, or you guys want to play zone all day? Let me run the ball on your ass. Oh, you forgot I got Ray Davis? Oh, you forgot I got James Cook? Oh, my bad. Josh Allen's here too. Bro, I get myself up. I get myself hyped up. I don't know if I'm doing it for y'all right now. Am I hyping y'all up? Because we should be. And at this point in the season, yo, I'm excited to see what this team looks like 100%. Golly, man. And I didn't even get to the defensive side of the ball yet. My man said, temper nothing. Temper nothing, man. Temper expectations. Bro, I don't want to temper expectations. That's right. I don't want to do it. I'm shook if I'm tempering. Just relax, guys. Just temper expectations. I personally, and I strongly feel that we can win out. I really do. I strongly feel that we can win out. And it's not a hot take. Just look at who we have next. We got 49ers. And this is not in order, brother. I just know who we play. We got the Niners. We got the Rams. You got the Jets once again. I don't know what's going on with the Jets. You got the Patriots twice. And then you got the Detroit Lions in there. We could definitely win out, man. I feel we could definitely win out, but one game at a time. One game at a time. Hold on. Let me, I'm going to talk to my man, the Thigh Doc. I see you, bro. I'm going to send you a link real quick. Give me a sec. Because I want to get, and we're talking about, and I'm glad because I did not mention the defense side of the ball yet. I'm glad I didn't because why talk about something when I can have an expert talk about it? You know what I mean? So let me invite my man, Mr. Thigh Doc, in here real quick. Share his time with us, and then we'll get some updates. He knows what time it is. Hold on, let me set my guy up. And as he's receiving the link, I'm gonna go back into the chat and see what my man Walter has to say. Walter comes in and says, "Yo, Detroit hasn't." Or I'm assuming you say has. Detroit has an offense and a QB close to Allen yet. Oh, okay, you're right. Detroit hasn't had an offense and a QB close to Allen yet, or a team as talented, period. We've been tested in the win and losses against teams like the Chiefs, Ravens, and Texans. And this is, see, I love Walter because Walter challenges always, and I love it. I love someone that keeps me on my toes, and we go both football. We go at each other. But this, him and I are on lockstep right now. I respect the Detroit Lions, but I ain't fear no Detroit Lions. Heck no, I have not. And as I should, and we shouldn't, because this roster that we fielding right now, it's a good damn roster. It's a damn good roster. I'm gonna try this again. I don't know why I wasn't sending, but let me try this again for you. There you go, bro. Now you set, brother. I'm very confident in this Bills team. We barely beat Carolina. Oh, you talk? Who you talking about? Oh, you talking about the Chiefs? Yeah. Listen, but you know what? Carolina, I can't tell you. I mean, I don't know 13 seconds if you're a Bills fan or you're a Chiefs fan or you're just being funny. But if you are a Chiefs fan, bro, any given Sunday, sometimes you're working kinks out. You're trying to work. I don't know, man. Maybe it was just a great game plan, and maybe Bryce Young played to his potential. And when these brothers play to their full potential, you never know. He has not been playing great. So that's why, the Panthers are where they are, but maybe they've just unlocked something with Bryce Young. Maybe they have. Or this could be the downfall of the Chiefs. I don't know, bro. Listen, division first, number 1 seed next, Super Bowl right after that. That's the goal. That's the goal. We're working on 3 goals right now. 1, 2, 3. Division, number 1 seed, Super Bowl. And we celebrate. Hey, watch out now. So, folks, we got some medical questions. I absolutely have some medical questions. And I want to get my guy Thadok in this. So, without further ado, let me bring in my guy, the Thadok, and we'll get to the good. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy, Alex Lucci, a.k.a. the Thigh Doc, a.k.a. Dance Master, a.k.a. he's that dude, a.k.a. he is him. I-E-O-E. Get it. What's good, baby?
We're doing good. You ready for the holidays?
Listen, ready for your holidays. I already had my holidays. Don't forget I'm Canadian, right? Happy Thanksgiving to my Americanos.
Thinking as I was saying it.
Listen. I gotta show y'all love, man. I gotta give you guys love. You guys are gonna talk. We gotta talk turkey talk. We gotta talk Thanksgiving talk. That's my forte. I love cooking, so we'll talk about that in the back segment. But let me see how my guy's doing today. First of all, I love the sweater. Repping it.
Back.
Love it. Love it, baby. So listen, man. We've been talking. I need to start on the offensive side of the ball. Is there a chance? Listen, before we even get in there, no. You're not going to disrespect my guy and tell a very strange dance. No, sir. It's electric. It's provocative. It's new age. Yo, they need to stop hating. They need to stop. Donnie, put some respect on my guy's name, bro.
See it live. Sometimes I get it. I'm by myself in my bedroom.
I got you, bro. My man said, Andrew Tadro says, I don't know how to take a thigh selfie, and I owe the doc one.
Oh, it's easy. So you just stand, and then you pull your shorts up, and you tighten your knee nice and straight. Aim it like at the top of your knee and up the leg a bit, and click it. Just send it. It's easy.
Just send it. That's it. See, sometimes, I mean, listen, just make sure you get the right angle.
Yeah,
because you don't want to send an undefined thigh.
Yeah, you gotta squeeze.
Worse than that, because he'll get you for it. So, speaking of undefined, we don't know. I mean, it's undefined. We don't know what's going to happen with Keon Coleman.
Okay, Coleman.
Is there a chance with his injury, with his type of injury, and the time he's had off, could we see him this week?
We could. He's close. So, based on him not going on the IR, he should be back by the Rams. If you do the math correctly. Can he come back a week early? He can. I don't think it's a fracture. I think it's a sprain. Ligaments are not great.
They didn't put him on IR.
It never did, so that's good. So it's not too bad. It's not fractured because he wasn't in a cast like Cooper. By the way, Cooper should be coming out of that cast. He's coming up to 4 weeks now. And then with Coleman, I mean, he took some pictures. He's not wearing his splint.
Okay.
Right now, that might be a good sign that it's healing. But he also messed around and didn't wear it one day to practice, and then he was wearing it the next day. So I don't know if that's just a little bravado of him, or it is a sign that it's not that bad. So this week is a stretch, Rico. I can't tell you. I don't have the crystal ball on it, but we'll see. If he's practicing, he's very close. If these like DNP, maybe a limited on a Friday, he's not looking like he's going to play. So on the mend this week, maybe next week, I'd say I'd put it at, high probability.
So chances are they'll probably take it easy, let him rest. There's no need to rush him back. I mean, Cooper is back and most likely without his cast. So we should get a bigger role for Cooper. So it allows Keon not to just to chill out. I think we'll be all right.
A little caveat. So I think that, Coleman could push it this week. Also, Kincaid's the other one on offense.
Okay.
PCL on his knee. That's a common mechanism for PCL injury. PCLs, they're like they're like an ACL, but they're not. Those ones don't have to get repaired. They rarely have like a grade 3 tear. They just give the knee a little instability. So 2 to 4 weeks on those. Kincaid should be around 3 weeks now, coming up this week. Could play. Now he's a knee injury, and then we got an issue with snow coming.
Okay.
One guy who would probably take it easy with it would be Kincaid. Now, if Kincaid can't go and the team feels a little pressure to get an extra offensive weapon on, we can see the team pushing Coleman in, the pitcher. You understand? Just like when they knew Coleman and Kincaid were out, they pushed Cooper in to play with a cast. So can I see Coleman playing this week? Yes. If he doesn't, next week. Kincaid, if it's a snow game, I don't think so. But we'll see, because technically he could play. If this playoffs, these guys would be balling. But you definitely could see them taking one more week there with Kincaid.
So that whole knee situation with Kincaid, at one point we thought potentially could have been just a big bruise and call it a day. But you said as it could be as severe as more than just that. So talk to me a little bit more about that fall that he had. I'm going to try to look for the footage on your screen here. But, talk to me more about that potential. Could it be longer, or is he right in step of returning?
I think he's close. But again, they can take 2 to 4 weeks. So you remember last year it was the playoffs and he still never came back, was Gabe Davis on the PCL. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, they all come in different grades. So it's like grade 1 or grade 2. I can never tell that. You know what I mean? You just kind of got to go off the vibes if they're back at practice. You kind of can get the ballpark. So this week, next week. But especially a snow game, that wouldn't be a good idea for him. Too much slipping. And that'll get us to the Milano talk in a second. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so he comes down, hits his knee. That's the mechanism for a PCL.
Yep.
Let him come back in the second half. Like, okay, well, then he probably didn't tear he probably didn't sprain. Don't worry about calling it a tear. Probably didn't sprain his PCL. They let him back in, but he came in for one play. He had a big clunky brace on, and he came off right away. And then he missed the next week. It usually doesn't happen for a bruise. So based on the mechanism, you kind of read between the tea leaves there. Definitely looking like a PCL. Again, 2 to 4 weeks. Don't rush it. Snow game. One more week, and then he should be about a month healed.
And I'm not so worried about if he doesn't play. To be honest with you, I mean, Dawson Knox has been a starter. There's chemistry between Josh and Dawson, and I'm pretty damn confident if Kincaid has to sit for a little bit,
yeah,
so be it. Dawson Knox is very capable of taking over. So I'm big on that. I'm really big on that. So I'm glad that you kind of set it straight with the Kincaid and Keon Coleman. Now, the man of the hour for me that I need you to speak on, and I'm highly confident that we can see this brother play, but this guy right here, Matthew Vincenzo Milano. I'm totally making that up, but I figured it could be something close to that. I'm going to Wikipedia that thing. But your thoughts on Matthew Milano, number 58 for the Bills, returning potentially this week. Could we see it? Or do they ease him in? Or is it one of those things where he's just not ready yet? Dorian Williams, you still got it.
Yeah. He's ready. I mean, he's past 3 months, which is still kind of early for a tendon, but they did. They did bring back Daquan Jones at about 3 months with his pec tendon last year. So science is kind of pushing these guys a little earlier. They're seeing they can come back because they also, don't forget, they have protective equipment too. It's not an end all be all, but he's going to be in an elbow brace that locks out, so his arm doesn't get like fully extended, which would obviously bicep. But you can still have resisted flexion against the muscle, even with the brace, and that could cause a re-injury. But I'd be more worried with his arm missing a tackle, like he's going to wrap up and he just can't hang on to him well. Kind of push-pulling on like block shedding. But when you talk about Milano, I think it still comes back to his knee. Now, I know no one wants to hear that, but big injury, tibial plateau, meniscal repair. He looked a little clunky in preseason, and then he tore his bicep. Now, there was just, the footage in the beginning. He looked like he was shaking his knee out, and then he had a couple good practices, but then he got hurt. Now, the silver lining is he had several months here, 3 more months to rehab his knee while he had the bicep. But, he's ready. But is it going to be a good idea to have him go out in his first game if it's like a snow game because it's slippery? I don't know, Rico. I'm like on the fence about it. I'd say bicep good, knee might not be a great situation. However, it's Sunday Night Football in Buffalo. I don't think the setting would be any better for him to come back in front of the home crowd. It would kind of kill the vibes to have him come back in LA next week. So
here's my thing, right? And you made a point where I was like, okay, hold on. And by the way, side note, I guessed Matthew Vincenzo Milano. It's Vincent. I totally guessed it, and I assume Vincenzo is the English Vincenzo, bro.
Pretty close.
Pretty freaking close, but I totally guessed that, and I've close enough. Any Italians in here? I mean, shoot, you're Italian. I'm talking to them right now. Vincenzo, is it Vincent?
I like Vincenzo.
Does it, you know what I mean? So I know, like, some of my Asian friends, when they come back, they come to Canada, their parents give them John. They're really not John. They're something else, right? So is Vincenzo, Vincent, Vinny, Vincenzo? No correlation?
Good. You're good.
Bang. Let me get it. I'll take my dub. All right. Let me keep rolling. Here. So I feel great about Milano. And the fact that you said this, right? He had 3 extra months to kind of rehab the knee on top of the what is it, the pec that he tore. So, right. Excuse me. Oh, the bicep. Excuse me. That's right. So the bicep. So I mean, dude, you're 30. I mean, if you're not gonna go hard now, like, bro, you're gonna wait till you're 31 to go hard. Like, you might as well give it a go right now and go hard and do what you do. I mean, say again?
It's coming. It's got
to.
It was set up for
listen, it's set up for the home game against the 49ers. Let's roll. Quit playing ball. Let's do it. So now my question to you, now this is a football question. Do you ease him in, or do you flat out put him right next to Bernard and say it's go time?
I think they got a plan to ease him in. It's been
okay,
year and a half. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to get much burn. I mean, I don't know, 20, 30%. But see how it goes. What if you get to, you're in the fourth quarter and you're like, yo, he's been doing good. I know we put a pitch count on him, but we need him out now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Reminds me of like Vaughn when they were coming back. They had a plan for him, like 20 snaps in the first game. But then I know there was a game early on in the year where they needed to ramp him up. So pushed him, and then I think he actually sat out the next week. But anyways, with his knee, it's going to be up to snuff. He's had more time. Long term, though, it's not a good one. It's one that can, he might have a swollen knee after the games. Well, it's time will tell.
Time will
tell you, but we'll see. But don't be surprised if someone like him, he gets like a little extra vet rest days the next week. Then you kind of know it's bugging him.
Well, listen, I'm actually super jacked. I'm excited for it. I think you're right. I think it's going to be a pitch count. I think it's going to be a little bit of a higher pitch count because the little clips, I mean, it's hard to go by clips. And by the way, speaking of clips, I got to give you a lot of credit because I know sometimes people want to dog you and say, he doesn't know what he's talking. He is going by clips that you see. And based on his expertise, he's like, based on this, if I can zoom it in and slow it down, this is what it looks like. Holy crap. He's nailed a lot of them. And if some of them he's a little shaky on it, so be it. He's more right than he is wrong. But give you kudos, man, because you're only going by what you see. So how you do it, I guess it's just a good trained eye.
Doing it for the love of the game.
For the love of the game. I love it. All right. Listen, before I let you go here, this 49ers game coming up. Brock Purdy, I have a feeling he does play. I can't see him sitting out again because that will be 3 straight losses going up against a guy like Josh Allen. So he just can't. This 49ers coming off of a bye, does it worry you like it worries me sometimes coming off of a bye because of just you've been resting for so long and you're cold potentially? Or are you more like, no, this bye, we're 7-0 off buys. We're about to be 8-0. How do you feel about this game going into against the 49ers?
This team, not worried. McDermott's obviously has a good track record, 6-0 coming off the bye. A younger team, a little more immature, maybe, but I mean, they look really hungry. They look buttoned up. I'd be shocked if they came out and threw out a clunker. And if they did, then that means Shanahan outsmarted them. You know what I mean? I don't think they come out like with their tails between their legs against this team. They're going to be, it's at home Sunday night, little snow globe going on. Josh Allen's on a tear. Like, he's scary. He is scary. This is a different beast this year.
I see it.
Mature.
I totally see it. By the way, Kim Betts was asking about Mr. Dwayne Carter.
Yeah.
The Carter 3. What say you about Dwayne Carter? I know he's on an IR.
Yeah.
But his type of injury, so we're just pretty much waiting for him until next year, correct?
No. Carter's coming. You didn't know?
Talk to me.
Keep up with the Joneses here. Yeah. No, Carter's definitely coming back. He's on the IR. The team wants him to return. He
does want him to return.
He had a scaphoid. Usually those are the ones that kind of get misdiagnosed in the beginning, and then they end up getting surgery. With him, listen, if you ask a surgeon who works for a college football team in the SEC, they would say they need 6 weeks. However, the team can push it at 4, but he'd be heavily wrapped. So the earlier these guys come back, the more protective equipment they have to wear. I would assume that with the reinforcements that they brought in at the D tackle, they're not going to rush him back this week because he is eligible. He'd be 4 weeks. But it's a wrist surgery. They really need about 6. So wouldn't be surprised if he comes off the IR and they open up the 21-day window at any moment. But I'd lean more towards him coming back for the Rams game or the week after.
Listen, I anticipated that he would just not be coming back based on the gentleman that we brought to the squad, right? So, I mean, obviously Phillips returning to the squad. So I'm thinking, okay, so they got Phillips. They bolstered up the DT. I'm like, oh, they're probably just going to let him chill. Apparently not. So if that window does open up, I can't see them not bringing that brother back. So this is great news. Smoot. I know somebody was asking about Smoot. Our guy, Dwayne Smoot.
Smoot is a worse wrist injury. He had a hyperextension. All right. So that means he broke his distal radius.
Distal radius. Okay.
Yeah. Those generally need 3 months. But the team said McDermott specifically said he expects him back this season. I can't see him coming back any better than early the end of the season into the playoffs. So I guess like 9-10 weeks, you're breaking glass a couple weeks before the 3-month mark. It's possible again, kind of like some type of cast, like heavily taped wrist. But how effective is he going to be? That's always the question. So if this guy doesn't have good grip, his fingers are still his grip's still weak. I mean, do you really want to throw him out that early? But it sounds like they expect him to be ready to go. So again, if you're looking for Smoot, look for that to come like very end of the season into the playoff.
Very interesting. I mean, I don't. I was always a fan of Quentin Jefferson, excuse me, and obviously Jordan Phillips coming back. Obviously, there's familiarity, but Quentin Jefferson, I always liked Quentin Jefferson. So him coming back, they might not, like you said, not really need to rush Smoot back. Let him heal up, and maybe we'll see him end of the season. I mean, listen, these are good problems to have. These are fantastic problems to have. So I know that we have one roster spot left. For I assume it's going to be for obviously when we activate Matt Milano, and then we're set. And then after that, I mean, listen, we'll move accordingly to how these Bills see this team. But I'm actually very encouraged by what you told us. Usually some folks are kind of fearful when you come on because you're about to give them bad news. But so far, everything was candy to my ears.
Oh, this is pretty good vibes right now. I know.
Listen, great vibes. So other than that, man, that's it for me. Did you want to share anything, folks? What's coming up? What any next articles that are going to be hitting the airwaves and hitting the websites so we can get everybody on them and taking a look to keep updated and keep up with the Joneses when it comes to the injuries?
So what I've been doing now to try to get it out is I will do a pregame article, usually the day before the game, about just a summary of all the injuries. And then I'll post it on X and then I'll pin it. So if you go to my profile, the latest one will be at the top. And then every day when the team kind of announces what's going on, say McDermott interviews tomorrow at 12 and he gives an update on injuries. I'm at work, so I can't do it all the time, on the spot. But as soon as I get a break, I'll kind of catch everybody up and just kind of give I don't know, just again, a summary, what to expect.
Absolutely.
Of the day.
No, for sure, man. So go ahead and follow my guy, Thigh Doctor. Right now, he's got his most updated, injury updates pinned right at the top of his page. And go ahead and peep my boy out, and we'll go from there, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I let my guy go, did you want to let the folks know you have any dance, or are you just ready to sign off and call it a day?
You can put some music on. I'll hit it.
Let me see what we got here.
Rico, Black Friday. So
was that what it?
Oh, there is a Thigh Doctor shirt on Support BF. If anyone scrolls down to the bottom.
Listen, www.supportbf.com. Support my guy, the Thigh Doc. Listen, everything is right onto the website. Let me get something from my guy here. Oh, yeah, here we go. I got you. Roll to that. Yo, the beat's gonna mess with you a little bit. You better catch the beat. Hey. He's rolling, boy. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, my boy Alex the Thigh Doc came through. Yo, you hit that, boy. Yo, my man felt the beat. He's listening to it. He's like, all right, got it.
I'll see ya.
I see it, brother. Yo, my man came through and hit that. I was like, all right, it's gonna be shaky. I don't know if he's gonna get that. And he hit that. Oh, he got that. All right, folks. We back at it again. Great to have my guy Alex on the show. Obviously, very knowledgeable. He knows what he's been doing. He's been doing this thing, I believe a decade. He's been working in that field. So when he sees something or he's heard of a particular injury or a break, a tear, he deals with it every day. So he kind of has an idea of how long, what the prognosis is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're actually really grateful to have our guy Alex on the squad. And he keeps it real, man. He tells us it might be grim news, but he tells you what you're expecting to. I mean, he tells you exactly what you need to know. So that way you're not anticipating, is he coming back? Is he not? Nah, he's not looking good. Dwayne Smoot, don't expect him back anytime soon. Now, miraculously, could he come back? Sure. But don't expect him back anytime soon. Dwayne Carter, I was actually very encouraged to see that we could get Dwayne Carter back, because that's one of my favorite draft picks of our draft class. Javon Solomon. I'll tell you right now, man, this previous draft class that we just brought in, I think it's probably one of my favorites from McDermott. Not gonna cap, man. I like everybody that we brought onto this on the squad. So big shout out to McDermott, big shout out to Brandon Bean, and we go from there, man. So let's go to the defensive side of the ball. We talked about Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, Spencer Brown, obviously returning. Matt Milano's a big one. I mean, we talked about the injury, but Matt Milano coming back, fam. I can't tell you how excited I am. I remember I was so jacked to get Bernard and Milano on the field at the same time. And then we got robbed by that, obviously, because of the injury. So we're like, oh my gosh, man, like we can't get both these boys on the field at the same time. It's killing me, right? So then we had them on the field at the same time, right? And then the Jacksonville game happened. And you're like, golly, I mean, we can't catch a break. And now, obviously, the beginning of the season, we're trying to get him back, and then Milano goes down with the bicep. You're like, God. So now that he could come back off a bye, oh, man, I can't tell you how excited and jacked up I am for that opportunity to see 58 and 43 on the field at the same time. Now, I kind of alluded to this a couple of weeks back when we talked about the return of Matt Milano when his 21-day window was open. Then the question became, well, there's no need to rush him back because Dorian Williams, which is a top 10 tackler in the league right now, has been holding his own, has been doing a very good job in the absence of Matt Milano. So we could easily get Matt Milano back. And what do you do with Dorian Williams? It'd be such a shame to ice that brother and stick him onto the bench and say, c'est la vie. That's just the way it is, right? And that's the name of the game, though. You took over an injury. The man that you were replacing in the moment has now returned. Sorry, you gotta head back and be the depth piece that we anticipated that you were supposed to be in the first place. But because he stepped up in such a huge way, it's how do you have the heart to just relegate him into the role of Bale Spector, hardly touching the field? So there's got to be a way to get all three of these guys on the field. There's got to be a way. So, and the only way I anticipate these things happen, I mean, obviously, Matt Milano will be on a pitch count, so he's not going to be playing everything. So you'll see Dorian Williams on the field. But once the transition happens when it's Matt Milano 100%, then you're like, where does Dorian fit in? Well, I'll tell you this. I know you can't take Taron Johnson off the field. It's tough to take Taron Johnson off the field, but you may have to in big formation. When these guys go big on big, bro, we going strong side. You know what I'm saying? Dorian, middle. You got my man Bernard, and you got weak side Milano. You got to have all three of those boys on there and go from there. Now, if you go dime, what way can you find? I don't know, man. Like, listen, I'm not an X and O's guy. I do know the personnel, and I want to try to see. I want to get my best players on the field always, but you can't because of the way the personnel grouping is. So we play majority of the time in nickel. Taron Johnson is an all-pro for a reason. You don't take that brother off the field because he's so versatile. But so is Matt Milano. So I am going to be thrilled and excited to see where, you know what I mean, McDermott and Bobby Babich deem him important enough to be on the field. It's such a great problem to have. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, seeing all those boys on the field at the same time, I can't tell you how excited I'm going to be to see that. So 42, 43, 58, all lined up, ready to go. And listen, it's just a matter of getting him comfortable and back on the field. Listen, Laura, I'm with you, man. I do not like Taron Johnson coming off the field either. I really don't. I don't like it, but there's got to be a way that Bobby Babich, thank you, Laura, Bobby Babich is going to have to scheme it. He's going to have to find a way. When is the best time to have Milano off? When do we put Dorian Williams in? When is Dorian Williams best? Is he best when we go big on big and we need to really get after it? But Milano's a great blitzer. Milano diagnoses and dissects things rather quickly as himself, alongside Bernard. Great problem to have. Awesome problem to have. By the way, I got a super chat coming in from my man Richie Fresh. What up, Rich? Rich says, "Yo, Rico, my boy, we ready to wrap this East up?" Heck yeah, we ready to wrap it up, man. We just need the Miami Dolphins to lose. We need these Dolphins to lose this game. I think it's Thursday night. I think everybody's gonna be anticipating what takes place on Thursday night. But so Thursday night, obviously, we're gonna have the Miami Dolphins. Who are they facing? The Packers at Lambeau Field. Let me just make sure that I'm correct in this. Oh yes, yeah. Thursday night, you got Miami Dolphins facing the Green Bay Packers. So, you know, Josh Jacobs is a problem now. Josh Jacobs is an absolute problem. But the Miami defense has stepped up. Let's keep it a buck here. The Miami defense has stepped up their game. Kyron Williams for the Rams does a great job running the football. They were able to stifle that team. The Raiders don't have a damn run game whatsoever. 34-19, that was an anticipated win. And obviously against the Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots, I thought they would have been able to run a little bit more on the Dolphins. But yo, these Dolphins are cooking now. They're cooking with grease. So we'll see, man. These Packers are a different ballgame. You got Romeo Doubs over there, Christian Watkins over there. You mean Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs with a run game. It's gonna be a tough task for these boys. Now, how cold will it be? Who knows? My man Zebot made a great clip today. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. He had a fantastic clip today referring to these Miami Dolphins. I mean, listen, let me just play you that clip right now because I think it was phenomenal. He did a really good job breaking it down. What these Dolphins could expect. Hear my boy out, Zebot. The Zebot, there's a bot in there talking about these Miami Dolphins and playing in cold weather.
There are some stats that will blow your mind in terms of the Miami Dolphins and their incapability of playing elementary style football when the weather gets below freezing. According to Yahoo Sports, Miami has only won one game since 1992 when it's 23 degrees or colder. 32 years.
Damn.
I was 11 years old the last time the Miami Dolphins beat a team when the temperature was 23 degrees or colder. That is one of the craziest stats I've ever seen. Tua in his career is 0-7 when the temperature is 40 degrees or colder. So why am I bringing this up? Well, I'm pretty sure you're able to put the pieces together. Green Bay, Wisconsin, folks, that ain't the Bahamas. So you're asking yourself, are the Dolphins going to lose to the Packers on Thursday night in order for the Bills to be able to clinch on Sunday night? You tell me.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So Thursday night, we will be vested and watching to see how this takes place. Do the Miami Dolphins keep up their streak and stay hot and keep rolling? Because the rest of the schedule is not a cakewalk, but it could be favorable for them. They got to take down the Packers. The Packers is a big one. Take down the Packers. Then you got the Jets twice. And the Jets right now are trying to save face. So who knows how that game goes. Then you got the Texans. The Texans are Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know what you're going to get with CJ Stroud. Either he plays extremely well or he's just mediocre. right? Has he hit that sophomore wall? Who knows? Obviously, Nico Collins returns. He's missing Stephon Diggs, but I mean, you pretty much have the same squad you had last year with a better running back. So you should be doing good things over there, CJ. And you killed me on my fantasy. I'm eliminated because of your ass. I'm really upset. This is the first time I've been eliminated from the playoffs in a long time when it comes to fantasy. I'm not very happy right now. And then they got the 49ers, which is going to be interesting on how it takes place then, but more interesting on how it's going to take place soon with us facing them. And then you got the Browns and then the Jets. So the Dolphins could hand us the division this Thursday if we handle our business this Sunday night. So it should be fun. So are we ready to wrap things up in the East? We hope so. We absolutely hope so. By the way, my man Mitch, what up, Mitch? Mitch comes in and says, yo, headed to the shoe this Saturday for the game. Go Buckeyes. I'll be shouting Bills 59 and breaking tables. BF is the best YouTube channel. Hit that horn for you. I got you, my G. I got you, my man Mitch. Money Mitch in the building. What's good? So here's the thing, man. I don't know if you guys have ever really, hold on, I got a question. Get the tees ready. Oh, bro, you already know. We already discussing what kind of designs we're going to do. So trust and believe. And by the way, I want to put something out there for you guys right now. If you guys have a t-shirt design that you feel that would do killer and you feel like, yo, man, I want to contribute to this, let me know. If we decide to go with your design and it's a killer design, listen, we can talk about, compensation on the back end. So let's talk about it. So you let me know if there are some designs, and we can't be, jacking somebody else's design. We got to try to keep it as unique as possible. And obviously credit will be given and so on and so forth. But we're trying to find the right nucleus. So if you have some, hit up the BF email. Everything is supportbf.com. Everything is there. Support us. And if you have any ideas, you're like, yo, you know what? This will be sick. This will be ill. We have our team already on it. So let me know and we'll get it popping. We'll definitely get it popping. So that being said, this game upcoming against the 49ers is going to be something we got to take care of our business. But what I'm most excited about is having everybody healthy. A Josh Allen that can distribute the football to whomever. I'm loving it. A Bobby Babbage that has his guy back in Matt Milano. He's got Rasul Douglas playing well. He's got Christian Bedford playing well. You've got them. Listen, I'll be the first to admit, I did not expect Damar Hamlin to have the year he's having. I did not. He leads the team in interception, tied with 2. Didn't expect that. I honestly did not expect that. So it's one of those situations where you're like, fam, Bobby Babbage got these boys playing. And now you've given them an extra week's rest. You've got more time to dive into the playbook. This could be very problematic. Now, I don't want to dive too deep into the format of who we play. I'm just more excited about who's going to be available and how healthy we'll be. And I think this is the healthiest we've been in a long time. We'll save a lot of the preview for Friday's show with my man Z-Bot and I. But these 49ers are going to be a dangerous team to play. And by the way, my man Spear Sports, you want to know the email? It's buffalofanatics@gmail.com. buffalofanatics@gmail.com. But everything is there at supportbf.com. If you go to supportbf.com, everything is there for you, but it's buffalofanatics@gmail.com. Just let them know, hey, I got t-shirt design ideas. Rico sent me, blah, blah, blah. Go from there. All right. Anyway, moving on. So let me get to my my next point in this squad right now. And that it comes down to really the division and what this division means by sealing the division. There's a lot that rides on us getting the division, because getting the division 5 straight years is an accomplishment of its own. That's absolutely amazing. And you tend to see that with franchises like the Patriots. And these Patriots, at least they had championships to kind of show for it. Win the division and win the championship. So us winning the division is great. I love it. I'm stoked about the team, proud of the team. But there comes a time where you're like, all right, the division is cool, but what really matters is us actually winning the whole freaking thing. And I get it. It's everyone's motive. It's everybody's job. Everybody's vying to win a championship. And that's why this game is so great, because the team that you thought would be killing it ends up poo-pooing the bed, i.e. the New York Jets, right? The teams that you thought had no business anywhere near trying to make these playoffs, you have them in contention. The Denver Broncos. I did not anticipate the Denver Broncos being in contention the way they are. They got Bo Nix playing like Bo Jackson at the quarterback position. That boy playing nice. He's beaking off the players. Bro, I respect it. I like it. A confident rookie quarterback, love it. And shoot, if Jaden Daniels keeps messing around, Bo Nix might come around the corner and take that rookie of the year from you. Jaden Daniels, you better put a couple good games together. I mean, last game was a damn good game for you, actually. So, I mean, you have a stranglehold on it for now, but Bo Nix is knocking right at your door, bro. And these Broncos are playing some good football right now. Sean Payton got these boys playing nice. So listen, any given Sunday, there's teams where you anticipated that they'd be ready to roll, and they're not. So that's why you can't scoff at these Bills coming away with this division if they can lock it up. Chances are they're going to. They're at a 90% chance to get this whole thing, or 88% or something like that, right? But I say this to get to my point. All these division tees that we have are great. Division banners that we have are fantastic. But there comes a time where, we got to win this whole thing. We got to win this whole thing, man. And why not now? Why not now? We just beat the defending champs in the Chiefs not too long ago. We still potentially could face the Ravens. It ain't like they're not beatable. They are absolutely beatable. We've seen who they've lost to. We're getting healthier. Bro, we've got to be excited for what is in store for these Bills. We can absolutely push. And I'm going to say it again. I strongly feel that we can run the freaking table and go all the way through Super Bowl. I feel it. I feel good about it. I don't say I'm feeling like they're going to win it, but I feel solid that they can do it. I know that the Chiefs, we just snapped the Chiefs 15-game win streak. And that stems back to last year, the games prior to them winning the Super Bowl and running right into a 9-0 team. And then they met us. So it's possible. They went on a 15-game, and Z-Bot and I kind of did the math together. 15 games, if we run the table, it lands us right on Super Bowl champs. Why not? Why not us? Why not us? I feel strongly about it. I really do feel strongly about it. So that's how I feel, man. I mean, these Bills have an opportunity. We're getting healthy. That's the biggest thing for me. And we're about to, and I feel it. I think we're about to turn it up. We're about to turn up, get loose. Josh Allen's going to turn. Listen, you thought Josh Allen was focused more than ever. I think you're going to see a lot more zeroed in and focused Josh. And now that we have guys that are back and healthy, playing at the highest potential, we might be one of the most dangerous teams going into these next 6 games. And you're probably not going to want to see us, bro. You're probably not going to want to see us. So kudos to the Bills getting healthy, and good luck to any squad trying to run on our block. So I feel bad. I feel really good. Detroit, great team. Rams, solid team. Can't sleep on the Rams. You really can't. Matthew Stafford, solid OG. But I just feel like this is probably our time. It's got to be our time. 2020 felt like our time, and clearly there were some things that were permeating in the locker room that potentially kind of threw things off, and then it just went and snowballed. Obviously, the Diggs situation, and we're doing all of this, by the way, without a lot of leadership. We lost a lot of leadership on the squad. Think about it, and I say I don't want to say skillful players, but I'm talking about leadership, guys that have been around, right? Poyer being gone, forget about the skill set. but it's about the leadership, the character these guys bring to the squad. Micah Hyde, the character, the leadership these guys bring to the squad on the defensive side of the ball, getting guys in place and doing things. Now we got a whole new batch of players learning, gaining experience, and doing what they need to do. Great job by the team developing these players. You got to give them love for that. The O-line, Aaron Cromer, the O-line crew. You lose a big piece in Mitch Morse in terms of the leadership, in terms of, you know what I mean, the guy that settles everybody down. Connor McGovern comes in. I got it. This is what I've been doing since day one. Edwards holding it down. Torrance getting some experience. Spencer Brown. Fam. D-Doc. A veteran guy now. What is he, 7 years into the game? It's crazy. So it's unbelievable how we've lost a lot of pieces. Diggs and Davis, you got experienced pieces on the outside, right? Knowing when to sit, knowing when to do. So now you got full control from Josh, having no worries. I know these guys will get to where they need to be. And then you add in Amari Cooper. Oh, this is great. It's great. And these are things we know already. But when you start to kind of say it out loud, it just sounds even better. It sounds even better. So the offense will start to gel. The defense will start to do their thing. You know what we're missing, right? Special teams. I like Codrington. Codrington gives me a sense of peace back there in returning the football, doesn't he? Doesn't Codrington give you a sense of peace when he's playing? You can't tell me he doesn't. You don't worry, and that's the thing about Codrington. You never worry about, you never worry about, oh, is he going to fumble the football, or is he going to do this, or is he that? Brandon does an excellent job in terms of securing the football and doing what he's got to do. This year alone, I'm looking at the statistics, what he's done so far this year. All right. So let me just have a quick look here. So Brandon, Mr. Codrington. Listen, I'm looking for his return stats, bro. Give me the return stats, bro. I love how they just put him as a. Let me see. Let me go to the splits. They just put him as a defender. I want to see like his special teams and what he's been doing in special teams, because like that's one guy that if you sit here and watch this brother play, man, you don't worry about him, and that's a big piece on this offense. That's a big piece for the special teams. That's a big piece for this team, and he's waiting to break one out. He's waiting to break one out. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Love what they're doing, man. Love what they're doing. So the Bills, this was going to be like a show that to kind of talk, and it was great to have my guy Alex on here to kind of give us an idea of what this team looks like healthy. But I really wanted to touch on this team and the potential of how great they can be if everybody's on the field. It's such a fantastic problem to have, because we could be one of these other franchises that are just absolutely poo-pooing the bed like the other two teams in New York. The Giants are a train wreck. I don't know what Dable and Shane are doing. You got Saquon Barkley absolutely killing the game, putting his name in the ranks for MVP. And y'all thought, yeah, ain't nobody going to pay him, so he might come back. What? Saquon Barkley? And you let go of Daniel Jones and you put in Jimmy Cutlets or whatever, this guy. Absolute joke. The Jets, I don't know what's going on with the Jets. It's not good. And then you look at the Bills and you're like, A1 organization. A1. And then to boot, you get yourself a brand new stadium in the next year or so? Bro, trending. We trended. And we're trending very nicely. We just got to keep stacking these wins, baby. Keep stacking these wins, baby. Laura, my girl, she says, after last game, Commanders need to fire the whole special team squad and start again. Oh my gosh. Listen, let me roll over to the Commanders real quick. You have an opportunity. Your quarterback, rookie quarterback at that, finds Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin does everything he needs to do to weave and bob and do what he needs to do to get into that end zone. for the kicker to miss the kick, the extra point, not a 50-yarder, an extra point. You're kidding me? So now coach is like, all right, onside kick. Here we go. And an onside kick was even worse. The onside kick was even worse. And the only thing I'm not certain of, because some guys, most times it's the same kicker that kicks the field goal is usually who takes the kick that takes the kickoff. Was the kicker that missed the chip shot the same kicker that kicked that weak-ass attempt at an onside kick? Tell me that wasn't him, because that's a fireable offense. Man, oh man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like you in the words of Kevin Samuels, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. The kicker literally lost the game for these boys. I know. But it was like, it sucks. And it's going to be blamed on the kicker. Special teams. Special teams, man. Oh, ain't that something, though? You work your tail off. You and your quarterback put something together. You get in the end zone, you're pumped, and you're flexing and all that stuff. Then your kicker says, yeah, I'm going to go wide left. It's been a tough year for some kickers now. It's been a tough year for these kickers, ours included. We're just hopeful and lucky that he's found his mojo and he's back, you mean, to the Tyler Cash that we need him to be. If he reverts back to the, Tyler ASS, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. And then you got the Giants, just absolute train wreck. Just a mess. Absolute mess. Defense, they're all right. Offense, crazy. Now, before I get out of here, and we're going to talk a lot more 49ers football on Friday's show. So tune in for the Friday show with my man Z-Bot and I. The Z-Botanaire, right? So these 49ers, man, if they get Brock Purdy, obviously the game obviously changes. He gives them a great opportunity to do some good things. I'm just going to double click here and find out. Obviously he's not on the list, so he's going to be most likely ready to partake and play. And they needed to save their season, for crying out loud. They can't go another freaking week and lose and go 3 straight. They just can't. And just so we are on the same page here, folks, the Bills are undefeated at home. The Bills are absolutely undefeated at home. And I look at the standings for the 49ers. I just want to see how they do when they're on the road, because that's a long trip coming all the way to the East Coast. All the way to the East Coast, the 49ers on the road, they're 2-3. So they're 2-3 on the road, 3-3 at home, and they're 1-3 in the division. Ooh, 49ers, man. I didn't expect this, man. I did not expect this. Neil Stan says, yo, Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, I'm terrified about. I mean, listen. You got Christian McCaffrey, and let's keep it all the way real. You got Christian McCaffrey that isn't all the way 100%. Not only does he have, or did he have, or does he, if he's playing through it, he's got 2 questionable Achilles. That's a lot for running back. Planting, going, being on the balls of your feet, all that good stuff. It is something else. The one thing that I will say that we need to really be careful about, because Shanahan is a good offensive coordinator. He will try to, it's going to be back to, a chess match between Babbage, McDermott, and Shanahan, is we will have to tackle. We will have to tackle. I'm going to tell you that right now. You got to. Deebo Samuels, as a receiver / running back that he is, they will use him. They will utilize him. We aren't great tacklers on our squad. Let's keep it all the way funky. We're not. I've seen it. We're not great tacklers, but when we roam to the ball and we get there together as a group, we're nasty. But, bro, we have to tackle. Deebo, we got to tackle. CMC, we got to tackle. Jennings, Kittles, we have to tackle. We have to be able to tackle. And if it's not him, if it's not CMC, if he's not giving you 100%, they're going to be obviously sharing the load there. Pause. But they'll be sharing the touches on that squad. So you're going to have that rookie running back running in spite or together with Jordan Mason. So we'll see how that goes, man. In the last 2 games, Christian McCaffrey, 4 to 3 touches. He's averaging 3 yards a carry, 3.5 yards a carry. I know the outlook is the Bills are not very good at defending the run. When we really want to defend the run, we really want to get after it, we know how to. And we're not stupid. We know who's behind there. We absolutely know who's running that football back there. So we're going to be eyes wide open. So this is why it'd be great to have a guy like Matt Milano back. Get Dorian Williams in there. I think it's going to be a great setup. It's going to be fantastic. So that being said, folks, I'm excited about this game coming up, man. I'm excited for this game coming up. Bill I Am says Kittle isn't better than Kelce. Well, I'll have you know, George Kittle is the leading receiver for the 49ers. He's got 49 receptions. Juwan Jennings has 47. Deebo Samuels has 34. George Kittle also leads the team in receiving yards. George Kittle also leads the team in touchdowns. So saying George Kittle is not that great or he's not better than he's playing better than him. He's absolutely playing better than Travis Kelce. So I don't even know how Kelce even got into that conversation because George Kittle is having a damn good year. I'd love to say the same thing about our tight ends, but I mean, listen, we're winning. That's what matters to me. We're winning. So didn't Rico just say any given Sunday? I know, right? Any given Sunday, bro. Like I'm confident in our team, but it's like my man Wicked said, any given Sunday, anything can happen. We might come out. That's why I said I was a little shook coming off of buys because we might come out super flat and the 49ers look like the team that went to the Super Bowl last year with a bummed arm Purdy. I think he hurt his shoulder. You got a guy that's got 2 busted Achilles. So, like, anything can happen. George Kittle might go off for freaking 15 receptions and 200 yards. You never know. Or Josh Allen throws for 450 yards and absolutely lays a shellacking on the 49ers. And we really put him in the dirt. That's why you play the game. That's why you play the game. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm a big fan of Christian McCaffrey. So you like to see these running backs go off, but just not against my team. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to keep it that way, and I'm going to keep it funky. So that being said, folks, that's my time. I really do appreciate you guys coming in. We're coming off a bye week. So there's really the chat should be more so about who we have going into this game, who's going to be playing, who's going to be healthy. And then we'll kind of talk about, I mean, it's early too, right? We don't know how much of who's going to play. Is Bosa, I believe it's Nick Bosa that's on that squad. Is Nick Bosa going to be playing? We'll soon see. He's questionable. So we'll see how much we'll see of Nicholas Bosa. He right now has 7 sacks. Leonard Floyd will be facing Leonard Floyd yet again. So he's got 6.5 sacks this year. So these boys can play, man. Don't forget. They got I can't even say it. De'Amondre Lenore playing great ball. I've heard his name too many times. Fred Warner is an all-pro dude. You already know what time it is with Fred Warner. He's nice like that. He's got 2 picks this year. Lenore's got 2 picks this year. So they got some defenders on the squad. Now, am I afraid of that defense? No. Can we do a lot of things against that defense? Absolutely. Can we pass against that defense? Yeah, damn right we can. So it's just a matter of us picking our poison, and then we unleash the beast in Ray Davis, and we unleash James Cook, and we get it cracking. Yo, we got a good squad, man. We got a good squad, and everybody understands their role. That's what matters at the end of the day. Know your role, understand your role, and understand your importance to the team, and do your 1/11th, and we'll be all right. Don't forget, we got number 17 throwing the rock and throwing that rock all over the yard. Oh, we'll be all right, man. And he's getting healthier. You might even see him without a glove. And if you're gloveless Josh, shoot, we back at it, baby. We back at it, man. So that being said, folks, that's my time. If you're a 49ers fan, you're a Chiefs fan, you're a Giants fan, you're an NFL fan, and you like this type of content, you like these type of conversations, do me a favor, smash that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll keep it cracking. Now, I said that I love this topic that I'm about to hit before we get out of here. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, folks. Let's talk about it, because that's one thing I love to talk about is football and food. Food and football, bro. Sign me up. Food, football, and I'm sure there's other things that I'd like to put in there, but it might be a little inappropriate. But that might be a whole nother podcast I might create. You know what I mean? But anyway, listen, let's talk about this what y'all doing for Thanksgiving. Any obscure family dishes that you guys have for Thanksgiving where you're like, yo, we do it all the time. It might be weird to a whole lot of folks, but this is what we do. Or is there a different recipe that you guys have? I'll tell you something, man. By the way, Laura, I'll see you guys Sunday night. I'll tell you this, man. Brian Day says tortilla or tortilla pie. You see, you got me talking French, man. I like that. That's a good combination right there. I'll tell you this, man. I saw something on Instagram. Hold on. My brother said he's grilling. Hold on. What you mean? What are you grilling? You should be in the kitchen. What you grilling outside? I mean, unless you're doing it completely different. My man Cody Benz. Cody Benz says he's not. I'm not gonna say he's not doing a turkey, but your grilling tells me you're not doing no turkey unless you're gonna cut up the turkey after you cook it. I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know what you're doing, but I saw something today that I was like, I'm absolutely gonna try it next time. So this lady, obviously, she brined. She did a dry brine. She did a dry brine. And she did the salt, all that stuff, and she threw it in the fridge, came back out, and she did her marinade, and she rubbed that marinade real good. I don't know what it was, but it was freaking great. And then she took a cheesecloth, and she did a compound butter with a Cajun compound butter. So she melted half that butter. She kind of rubbed it all over the bird and all that stuff. She got it everywhere, and then she melted that butter, and she infused that compound Cajun butter all up in the turkey. Not only did she do that, she took a cheesecloth and threw it in the rest of that compound butter, Cajun butter, and she wrapped the cheesecloth over the turkey. Mind blown. Never thought of putting a cheesecloth over the turkey to burn. So it doesn't burn the turkey. A turkey keeps the turkey moist. For me personally, I like a little crisp on the outside. That was just me. But golly, I saw that. I said, what? Game changer for me. I'll tell you this right now. Rico doing cookie shows, bro. If I could do cookie shows, I would absolutely do it. I love cooking. Anyway, I only started doing this last year because I've seen people do it, but I was like, let me try it myself. Best turkey I've ever done. It's underneath the skin, throwing the butter underneath the skin. I've always heard about it, but I never did it. I was like, I think it's just being too much. You're being extra when you do that. No, sir. You take that butter, rub that thing all over the bird, spice it the way you need to spice it, rub that all up in that. Kim, bro, game over. So if you looking for ideas, like, yo, I want to do something different, man. Let me spice things up. I only just put salt and pepper on my turkey. Please do yourself a favor. Do more than just salt and pepper. Salt and pepper? Boring. Spice it up a little bit, man. Well, a little something else. But my husband doesn't like when I do extra. Do something extra, man. He might be like, yo, I like that. You never know. You just never know. Or if you're the guy that goes and does the frying the turkey. I always thought about frying turkey. Then you got to get everything outside. And some people say it's overrated because you lose the moistness of the turkey. So like frying it, overrated. I don't know if you guys fry your turkeys, but is it overrated or not? You guys let me know. Sides. That's another thing. Sides is crucial. Are you a 2-side, 3-side individual, or do you just do a whole bunch of sides in the turkey and call it a day? Is it a small get-together? Is mac and cheese normally something that needs to go with it? I'm a mac and cheese guy. I don't care. Anytime I'm doing turkey, mac and cheese for sure. Stuffing. Some people call it stuffing. Some people call it dressing. Do you stuff the bird with the stuffing, or do you have it separate? With my folks, Well, where I grew up, the stuffing, my aunt would do stuffing. Let me give you some. She would season ground beef and then take stuffing and put it together and then stuff the bird with the ground beef in there. But like if some might say, oh, that's weird. But like y'all take a turducken, a turkey and a duck and y'all stuff it together. Yo, to me, that's a little odd, but I've never had it, so I can't say it's garbage. But mac and cheese, heck yeah. My man Lewis says, yo, mac, cheese, mashed potatoes, and stuff for me. You're me, man. I'm simple. I am simple. Give me those three. I'm straight. I'm absolutely straight. I had one of my friends, she made me what does she call that? What's that sweet potato pie? Sweet potato pie? I never had it. But she put like marshmallows over top, baked marshmallows over top. And I was like, am I saying that right? Is that sweet potato pie with the marshmallows over top? You guys let me know. Damn, Terrence, you deep fry and it's tender inside? Shoot, then I might be off. I might have to try it. I may have to try it. Stuffing is the truth? You damn right. Bro, I miss that stuffing, to be honest with you. And you know what? Come to think of it, I mean, I'll let y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving because, I mean, I already had mine. I'll let y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving. But Christmas turkey, yo, I might even do the ground beef and stuff that bird. But it's going to take longer to cook, so I don't know if I want to do all that. But yeah, is it ever good? Oh, man. That's sweet potato souffle. Oh, so sweet potato souffle with the marshmallows over top and you kind of broil it as a sweetness to it. I had that for the first time in my lifetime. I wasn't sure how I'm feeling about it because it was sweet, but I'm not used to sweet potato being sweet. Like I'm usually, like sweet potatoes is just like, it's just another form of mashed potatoes, just, a healthier version. But when they came with that dish, I was like, okay, interesting. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't in love with it. But I mean, some people are like, that's a staple in their kitchen. That's sweet potato souffle or whatever you guys want to call it. My man said, no, you don't put marshmallows on it. Well, this one was marshmallows, and that's a thing. It is a thing. And is it sweet potato? Yeah. Or was it peach cobbler? No, sweet potato. It was sweet potato. Turkey in the smoker. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not a fan of smoked anything. Smoked this or smoked that. Oh, it's because you didn't have the right. I don't know. That smoky taste on some. It's not for me. Maybe I'm one of very few people that I'm not a fan of smoked anything. Smoked. If somebody says, "Yo, I'm doing smoked this," I'm like, okay. Smoked wings, whatever. But some people say, "Hey, you just haven't had the right one yet." Maybe I haven't. The ones that I have had has just been okay. It's just been all right. Candied yams. Maybe that's what it was. Terrence, is that what I'm talking about? Was it the yams? Was it candied yams? Maybe it was candied yams with the marshmallows over top. Or maybe that's there. It's a thing. But I don't want to mess it up. So you guys let me know. My man Teddy Bandana says, yo, broccoli cauliflower, cheese casserole, tastes like Panera's cheddar broccoli soup. It's my favorite. Broccoli cauliflower. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not a veggie guy. Never have been. Never will. Just can't do it. You said you lost me at cauliflower. Broccoli, maybe I could try broccoli. Cauliflower, forget about it. I don't like the smell of it. I don't even like the look of it. But you seem to like it. I got a lot of people telling me, bro, you'll never had broccoli. You got to put cheese whiz on the broccoli. Do you? I don't know, bro. Exactly right. Cody Bench, smoke these, man. If you indulge in limitations during the gatherings, though, if you do, is that what you're saying? If you do indulge in limitations, I don't know what limitations are. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Now, only smoked turkey, nothing else smoked. All right, I might do that. Mashed sweet potatoes with marshmallows. Now, that's how you do it. Maybe it is a thing. Maybe I'm tripping. Listen, I'll leave it to you guys that are the experts in that type of stuff. I've never had it before, but when I did have it that one moment, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Kim Betts comes back and deep fry skins is to die for. For Thanksgiving, do you guys do that? Deep fried skins. Kim, you might have to tell me more about that, girl. You might need to tell me more about that, Kim. Yeah, that sounds more accurate. Okay, that might sound all right. Rage Dog says, yo, spatch What the heck? Spatchcocked, butterfly. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read that again. Am I reading that right? Spatchcocked? Spat choked? Listen, I'm hoping that I'm not reading that correctly, but if I'm reading that correctly, spatchcocked, butterflied is number one way to do turkey. Cooks fast, doesn't have to dry out. What the heck does that mean? Are you talking about cutting the spine out and just pressing it down? Is that what you're talking about? If that's what you're talking about, I have not done that yet. I plan to. Rage Dog, if that's what you're referring to, please let me know. If that's what it's called, that's very odd. That's very odd. A fried bird from Popeyes is where it's at. I've never even heard a fried bird from Popeyes. And if they do that, because I do have a couple Popeyes here, but Popeyes Canada and Popeyes in the United States may do things differently. So we may not even have that opportunity to do that. My man says chitlins and hot sauce. Never been a chitlins guy, but I'll try it. Twice baked potatoes go hard too. Heck yeah. I've done that once in my lifetime and it was great. The kids loved it. Turkey burgers from the John Fisher all day. Turkey burgers? You tripping. I mean, shoot, if you're close enough to go to get your turkey burgers from some John Fisher, go ahead and get that. I'm sure Jordan Poirier will meet you over there. My family makes 10 different cakes. Bro, for those that have cake, are you an icing guy? I'm not an icing guy whatsoever. I know there's some people that straight up want all icing, very little cake. I want to barf when I see that. All the icing? Ugh. My man said, yo, Rico made spatchcock triple X. Yo, did I read it right? I guess it was. I guess it's what it is. Okay, Rage Dog, you're talking about it. Listen, why do they got to call it that? Isn't there another name for that? What do you got to call it? Spatchcock? That's weird. Like, in what way does that explain what you're doing? Is cutting the spine out and just flatten the bird out. Like, there's got to be a better description or better word other than spatchcocked. Yes, I spatchcocked my bird. What? Odd. I don't know. Maybe I'm absolutely tripping. I'm tripping, maybe. But isn't that weird to you? To call it a spatchcock? Even saying it right now sounds odd. Turkey with cranberry is a cheat code. I'll be real with you guys. I don't know. I've had it once. I dabbled in it just for a little bit, and it just didn't seem. I got to give it another try. But cranberry sauce or the cranberry, just have the cranberry out of the can right on your plate, and I'm supposed to. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like it's a right combination to get those two things in there. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Michelle said, yo, I'm not a cake guy either. I'm a pie guy. Yes. Pie and ice cream. Can't go wrong. Apple pie, sweet potato pie with ice cream and eggnog. You might have lost me with eggnog, but I'm with you with the rest. I'm with you with the rest. Rage Doc, now we're talking. Butterflied, I got you. You know what I mean? If you told me, yo, butterfly the turkey, I would have said, yo, I got you. But spatchcock the turkey? I bet you I'm gonna say that to my wife tomorrow. I'll be like, yo, babe, I was thinking of spatchcocking. Like, she's gonna be like, pardon me? The kids are in the room. Could you calm down? That's probably what she'll say to me if I say spatchcock. But butterfly? We on the same page, my boy. We on the same page, my G. All right, let me catch a couple more comments and I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys. Talking food with me because I love food, man. And if you guys have any like new things that you guys want to share that I should try, knowing that I'm not a veggie guy, I'm more of a meat and carbs type of guy. You think that I should be like this, just completely like blown up, but I don't know. Maybe good genes. But good genes only get you so far. So I got to start somewhat eating healthy. You know what that is. My favorite Thanksgiving side this year will be big, juicy Miami. Listen, we will all enjoy that. We will all totally enjoy that right now. Let me see. Louis Mato says they should just call it butterfly turkey. Yes. Butterfly turkey, man. Call it a day, man. That's it. Yeah, Rage Dog, you know that's gonna raise eyebrows, man. Hey, what you doing for your turkey, man? I'm gonna spatchcock it. I beg your pardon? You're gonna what? Butterfly? Oh, gotcha. You didn't have to do all that. I know. I just wanted to be fancy. You see, people that do that type of stuff, they're just trying to be fancy. See, my man Rage Dog tried to get fancy on me. He tried to one up me. He tried to one up me by saying, "Oh, just spatchcock it." He don't know what that is. I'm gonna put in parentheses butterfly. You tried to get me, boy. You got me reading it, though. Good for you. You got it. You got it to be a conversation, and it shall be. That it shall be. Try it again, Rico. The cranberry sauce goes hard. I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know if I could do the cranberry, but I gotta try it. I gotta give it a try again to say I actually tried it. So once Christmas time comes, get a big old turkey. I'm gonna infuse that thing. But I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I gotta try to find a new way to spice it, because you don't want to do too much. I'm a wet brine guy. Wet brine all day. If you don't wet brine, you're missing out, bro. Wet brine is underrated, severely underrated. You let that thing sit for good 10 hours, 10, 12 hours. You got everything you need from that. And now you can do whatever you need to do. Oh boy. Too crazy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. That is my time. I appreciate you guys hanging out with your boy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you guys back at it again on Thursday. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, because we got to talk about power rankings. So power rankings, if you have any food ideas, drop them. Chef Rico in the house. Listen, the wife loves it. She used to be the one that cooks all the time. It just, for 1 year, I just started taking over, man. I just started cooking new things, and we there, man. I just like to cook, man. And good food. Listen, you ladies out there, fellas, food is the way to anybody's stomach. I don't hear, it's the way to a man's stomach. Yo, you cook for your lady and you cook well in the season, bro, she ain't going nowhere. She will not go nowhere if you know how to cook and you know how to season your food just right. If you don't know how to cook and all you do is barbecue is not going to get you far. It ain't going to get you far. I know you can barbecue all year, all that good stuff, but you got to learn how to do more than just steaks and grilled chicken on the grill. Nah, you gotta cook. You feel me? Anyway, I digress. That's for my boy. That's as I say that. I digress. And it's time for me to get out of here. So, folks, that's my time. We appreciate you always. And we will catch you guys again tomorrow night. Shorter show, I promise. It's going to be a top 10. I'll try to bring my guy Carl Jones on and get his thoughts on this upcoming game against the 49ers. Get his thoughts and see what he's up to. And we shall go from there. So until next time, folks, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. So until next time, it's your boy Rico. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the Rico Report. And we'll catch you guys on the flip. Until next time, it's your boy, and I'm gone. Let's go.